Focus about this in video. So I want to talk about why your lack of focus is holding you back. So recently, I actually have been trying to improve my focus, like trying to be more productive, try to optimize to get into the flow state, kind of stuff like that. Because recently, when I do work, I sometimes always go on my phone and always like procrastinating a lot and not really getting work done. And I just want to talk about why you need to improve your level of focus, because what I kind of learned from meeting a lot of like successful people, especially in the content creation niche, business niche, is their focus is really good. Like for example, they know how to like lock in to get shit done. Like they know how to like have a level, improve their focus to do stuff. And personally, I'm still struggling with this myself, but because I still struggle with it because I find I still sometimes like go on my phone, check the notifications and kind of all that stuff. And I thought now, like to this day, I've realized my focus has definitely improved a lot, but I'm still kind of struggling with it. And I thought I just want to just kind of come in and talk about some personal tips that has helped me improve my focus. So number one is I believe reading books has generally improved my focus more, because when you read a book, right, it actually helps you to actually like train your brain to be in the present moment to like read through the lines of the book. Because because these days it's kind of funny how in modern society no one doesn't really read books, right? Because everyone like it's just easy to go on like a computer screen, or easy to go on your phone to watch like TikTok reels or like YouTube shorts. And it's kind of interesting how some people struggle with that. And the best way how I actually improve my focus more is actually reading more books. And how I started reading more books is basically spending less time on my phone, basically. Because I think that's the best way to really do it. Because I think most of the time why people lack focus is because I'm not saying they don't read books. I'm not saying, but what I'm technically implying is I'm saying that they spend too much time on the phone. That's what I'm pretty much saying. I should have get that point across. But what I'm saying is like they spend too much time scrolling the phone, and then when you scroll on your phone watching like short form content, too much short form content, generally your attention span gets shitter, and when it gets shitter, your lack of focus gets shitter, and you find a hard time to concentrate. And the best way I try to do that is try to replace that time with reading books or watching long form YouTube videos, or even like just spending less time on my phone. Like there might be days where I would actually like will go for a walk without a phone. Like for example, I might just let my thoughts think. And it's kind of interesting now. Like these days, people have to scroll on their phone, and and I kind of find it weird, but it's considered normal to this modern day. But because of like like Mark Zuckerberg and all those Facebook gurus, or all these like Silicon Valley people actually kind of like make you want to scroll on your phone. Because how they design these Instagram, TikTok is they make you want to like go on your phone. They design them for like that. And generally, generally I just been trying to reduce as much as possible. And there's many ways how I really do it. I think that's kind of like the best way I've done it personally. It's by just spending less time on my phone and just reading books, or like just being in the present moment. Another thing I heard a lot of people talk about is meditation. Now, that's something I haven't really leaned into yet, meditation a lot personally, because I haven't really seen the value of like meditation. Like I used to do it pretty often, but I never really get into the flow state. Like I heard a lot of like big creators who like very productive people say you should meditate, it clears your mind, which is something I might consider doing. Like I'm pretty sure like creators like Hamza used to preach that stuff a lot. Hamza, or even this travel filmmaker named Sam Calder. He's like a he's like a big travel filmmaker on YouTube. He I think he does a lot of like breath work, a lot of meditation, yoga, that type of stuff, and it's kind of interesting why they're probably able to focus. So that's something I haven't leaned into yet, but it might be something I might want to look into: meditation, breath work. But I think another thing, to improve your focus is kind of your environment. So generally, what I mean by your environment is like, how does your room looks? Like for example, if your room is all over the place, like it's all like a very messy, you got a lot of clutter, eventually you're gonna have a messy brain, right? For example, I think there's this term I heard basically saying that if you have a messy bedroom, you got a messy brain, which is, I think it's actually true, bro. Like that's why someone like Jordan Peterson particularly always talks about like you should clean your bedroom before you start organizing stuff. And I agree with that point, because when you clean your bedroom, it actually trains your brain to like be more intentional where you want to place things, keep it clean, so it doesn't look like a mess. Because when you have like a room that's always messy, your brain just has a much scatter, and that's what I kind of learned from my own personal experience, is that when I have like a messy room or when my environment's all over the place, I realize my lack of focus gets all over the place. And I mean that's why some people actually have lack of focus, because it's just all over the place, it's just messy. So I think it's also like, cleaning your room or making things a bit more organized. Like even like when I'm like backing up like hard drives, like such as like video files, or even like photos for my freelance, I'm always having like an organized file, because that way when I have things more organized, then I know which clip to go to. Like for example, when I'm editing on like say DaVinci Resolve, normally like when I do my freelance work, right, then I have like a system, or how to like, I know which clip is which, and know which clip to go to, which folder. What?
Can you help me lift the lawnmower in the car?
Yeah, I do. When?
Now.
Yeah, I do it.
Hurry up, I gotta move it now.
Sorry, I'm just interrupting. Oh, sorry, guys, someone's interrupting, bro. No, but like, what I'm saying is like, you gotta have it organized, because if you have it more organized, then that way you can easily make things more efficient. Because I mean, like when I used to look at my early hard drives, I mean like all my hard drives were all a mess, and I couldn't really find it. And then it took me a lot of brain power with like the switching. Like for example, like the reason why you lack focus is because you do too much brain power switching. Even like when you scroll on social media, like all these short form content, right? Generally, if you're watching like a video, like let's say like these 10-second reels, and you always like move into the next video at a fast rapid, then eventually like it's gonna hurt your brain power, and generally like it's gonna fuck your focus. So that's what I kind of want to come across about why like you need to like improve your focus. And the best way I can say is do more delayed gratification, such as like don't just go for the instant gratification. Like don't just go straight into like the phone, or straight into like eating the, I don't know, like say the junk food. If you're trying to get into fitness, try to focus more on just like delaying things. Like be more patient, and just like do hard work as a way to improve your focus. Do things that are hard. Like, the term eat the frog, I think, by Brian Tracy. He talks about it, right? Pretty much the whole term is if you eat the frog, you can do anything. So basically saying do the hardest task in the morning. Like, for example, that's why people always preach like the cold showers and like that kind of stuff, that kind of bullshit, cold showers. But I think that's my best way to really improve your focus. It's just do the hard work as soon as possible, which is something I'm still working on myself particularly. And also just be more organized, and just less time on social media, and replace it with reading books. So, hope this helps. And yeah, that's what I've got to say. Anyways, I'm going to get going because my freaking dad was asking me to fucking help him out. Have a good one, guys. See ya. Bye.